Happy Friday morning, and thank you for joining me on video one. We're starting off with the Royals, and I'm just saying it's tours, and it really upsets me because this is the kind of stuff that should have been going on when I was on what's probably my one and only trip to the UK. But there's a lot to cover. You guys just won't believe it. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. Let's start with James Wessex. Now, he was with his family for Easter. We know that he only appears rarely, but what everybody was talking about was his tie, because he had on a navy blue suit, a white shirt, and this quirky blue tie that everybody said even King Charles would love, because of course King Charles is known for his novelty. So the tie had a pattern on it of white bunny rabbits. It's called Down a Rabbit Hole print silk tie. It's made by British menswear retailer Charles Tywit, and it's only $34.95. Currently, by the way, it's sold out. And for those of you who didn't notice, his father was wearing a suit, again, dark suit, white shirt, and his tie had pink chicks all over it. I love these guys. I love this family. All right, let's move on now. Let's move on to Princess Beatrice and Eugenie. Apparently, they are not happy. They're upset, but not surprised that with the royal family's current staffing issues, they've been essentially left on the bench. They said it's mean that they aren't being used at all, but they've made it clear, supposedly, allegedly, that they want to be of service. They feel like they're being ignored by King Charles and that, they could help, and they haven't done anything wrong. And they feel like the reason they're not being used is because of their dad, quite frankly, and that it's unfair. Here's my thing. First of all, I still don't trust Eugenie. I'm sorry. I don't trust her. Number two, neither one of them lives full-time in the UK. Number three, they both have small children. I mean, Eugenie spends half her time in Portugal, So everyone accepts, or they used to, that they can't be full-time working royals. And it's like Queen Elizabeth said, you can't be half in and half out. You're either full-time or you're not. And you can't just turn around and change that decision. If Harry and Meghan were not allowed to make their own money on the side and be part-time working royals, I don't think it would be fair to allow these two to do it either. I completely agree with the King's decision. These two should not be allowed to work part-time for the royal family. That's it. Moving on. Oh my goodness, why couldn't this have been going on while I was in the UK? King Charles is going to allow, for the first time ever, small groups of tours inside of Balmoral. It's going to be £100 for the ticket. Now, the money gives you the grounds and the ballroom, which is where Queen Elizabeth's coffin was after her death. Now, before people freak out, first of all, tea is included with that, and the price is actually £17.50. That's £17.50. They're going to limit to just 40 tickets a day. My goodness. Now, guests are going to get to see rooms used by the King and Queen, 2 different dining rooms, a drawing room, which I'm not sure what that is, the Pages lobby, and the red corridor where King Charles, a picture was taken of King Charles with Rishi Sunak earlier this year. Now, they're saying that the King always wanted to open up the doors of more official residences to the public, and the summer tour is a pilot to see how the building copes with the influx of visitors, because again, this has never happened before. The tours are going to take place from July 1st until August 4th, before King Charles and Queen Camilla show up there for their annual summer break. Yeah. Now, the article says that the tours are going to take people through different rooms, but there won't be any tethering off with ropes, because it's a functioning house. So, yeah. Now, according to the website, since this was built in 1855, access to the interior of the castle has been restricted to the public, until now. And for the very first time, they're gonna, launch an interior castle private tour. You can learn about the castle's history, the heritage, and, see different rooms. You'll see why the Queen loved it so, why it was one of her favorite places. For those of you who don't know, this house was purchased for Queen Victoria by Prince Albert in 1852, and it's been the Scottish home of the family ever since. Some of King Charles's own personal artwork will also be on display, there. Now, the king also ordered a construction of a huge thistle-themed maze inspired by a maze he used to play in as a child at Sandringham. So let's make sure everybody understands the $17.50 price is the outside, which nobody gets past the front gate. So that's new. The ticket that's £100 is for the private interior rooms for you to go see that area of the castle. Now, one other thing I want to make sure you know that even though they're selling 40 tickets a day, each pre-booked tour group is restricted to 10 people, and they're not allowing any pictures to be taken inside the castle and its ballroom. So there you go. Now, of course, people went right on the website to try to grab those tickets, and the website crashed, literally. Very interesting. Apparently, when it went down, people that were waiting got a message saying that they were placed in a queue so they wouldn't lose their, turn since the website went down. Now, another bit of information that came out was that you can take a tour of Buckingham Palace, including the balcony. That's right, the balcony. You're going to get to see some great stuff like this above. This is the East Wing that Queen Victoria, requested to, her family was getting bigger. She needed more room. You're going to get to see the yellow drawing room with Chinese hand-painted wallpaper from the 18th century. Then you're going to get to see the center room, which is the one that leads on to the balcony, which has a new restored glass chandelier shaped to resemble a lotus flower. Look at this. I mean, that's just gorgeous. And there's also 18th century imperial silk wall hangings here. But visitors won't be able to go out on the balcony. You can just glimpse it through the blinds they have there. Tickets for this go on sale April 9th with priority access apparently given to Royal Collection Trust email subscribers for the first 24 hours. And they go from July and August, starting on Monday, July 15th. And the tours have to be booked in addition to the standard admission ticket. And I say again, this is the kind of stuff that should have been going on while I was in the UK. Oh my gosh. All right. We still have a lot to cover today, so follow me over now to video 2. Let's go.